We are live!
We're live.
Yes,
Excellent.
so, hello.
Let me just pull it up here so I can actually see the chat.
Hello, everybody that is watching this, which there's nobody watching this, but anyways. So we forgot to do the Texas post-race, and I forgot to actually add up the points, but I know
it's actually A-okay that we missed the Texas one because I didn't watch much of Texas. I was too busy watching the Masters.
But TopDragster finally broke a streak of just
one pointers.
And he got his 4 points, though I did get 1 point. I know that much. Velocity, I believe, got 3, and then got. I have to go back and check that, but let me look out here in the chat. Hello, Nab. Wait,
Brandon.
No.
He's talking to me.
Brandon. Oh.
I think.
Anyways, so the thing about this podcast is we forgot to do one yesterday, but we didn't forget. Top wasn't feeling well. I was out. I went out to another town or whatever.
Last night I felt like I was about to vomit.
Yeah, so
I didn't, but I felt like I was.
Nab, that is a good pick. But anyways.
Erik Jones is looking pretty good so far.
All right, so real quick before we actually get into everything at Bristol. I am by myself. I'm going to be trying to do something with this podcast because at the moment it seems like, sure, it's a good thing y'all like watching it, but it seems more of kind of like a regular live stream more than we talk about racing. So what I'm going to do is, well, we went from 6 to 3 viewers, back up to 4. But anyways, what I'm going to do is, by myself, I'm going to be trying to figure out a way to make this more of a sports cast, mainly talking about NASCAR. I just wanted to get that one out there. Input is A-okay from anybody, but I'm really just going to try and do this because it seems like we're not as enthused about it as we were at the beginning of the year. So I'm going to try and figure out a way to make this more of, it'll be awesome. And
you're trying to, I guess, keep you guys invested in coming back to this channel and stuff like that. But I do see it broke to 45 subscribers, which is cool. And I think Mantrion muted himself. I heard talking in the background, but so guess what? I'm taking over. No, I'm just kidding. Nab, yes, he is now a mother effing star boy, and so is Hellbent. So pretty cool. I see Matt Kansas will win. I don't see why not, even though his season's been looking pretty marginal. But he's got Circle K with him now. I could see some good things coming for him in the future, possibly. Even though I thought we were all.
sorry about that.
He did.
Wait, what?
Read what Nap's saying.
He made a chat in my Discord server called it. Yes, I did. Yes, I did make that. You ought to check it out.
You did?
Yep. I made a chat that we can go talk in. Called that in Nab's Discord thing. But Nab, did you admin yet? Because he can get a music bot in there. So we can actually have that music room and not just have to sit there and listen to someone playing YouTube through.
Hey, one thing for sure, it's good to see that you're getting some people invested in this. That is awesome.
But sorry about that. My brother was yelling, and I had to mute myself because he wouldn't stop saying my name, and I try to keep that private.
Not good. Top, what happens if more than 16 different guys win races? I honestly don't know. What happens?
For making him admin. If 16 guys win races this season.
Well, more than 16.
Oh, hold on. Oh, more than 16. Well, it just goes by who's highest in points at that point.
Okay, so they go by actual points.
Okay, let's see. If the top 16 in points all had wins, right?
Uh-huh.
But let's just say this. Top 16, I mean, there's already 16 locked in with wins, but let's say there's 19 drivers that have wins, but one is 27th in points, one is 20th, and one is like 23rd, just saying. But there's actually 2 guys in the top 16 that are just in on points. Well, they're not going to get in, and they're just going to go by who is the highest with wins and the highest in the points. And that's how you're going to get in.
That makes sense.
That was like already into play years ago. They already brought that up. Like, if you're just up there in points and you have no win, and yet there's more than 16 with wins, they're just going to put the ones with wins in, and they're going to go by the highest in points at that point.
Well, there you go. NASCAR Heat Evolution mobile game is too generic. I think it should be an actual game where you don't have to pay for coins to get drivers.
I need to look it up because I'm going to be getting a new phone and I wanted to get that, but I'm looking at what it is. So.
And oh my goodness, I got up to 81 subscribers.
I got 147. Oh. Yeah,
I would have
better.
I would have probably had about 100, 130 by now if I wasn't an idiot.
Well, anyways, besides all that, so yes, let's get on topic of Bristol, because this is what I'm going to be trying to work on, is instead of this rambling and all.
Good old Bristol. Yeah, ramblings for just live streams that we do.
Yes, now rambling on some things is okay. Like if someone says something interesting in the chat, like what Best SSJ brought up, that's fine. But some stuff we'll just read and laugh or whatever. And that's what I'm going to try and revamp, because some of our hosts are wanting to.
We're trying to stay on like the. I know we said you just said about rambling, but I'm just gonna say we're trying to kind of hold on like kind of like the Dale Jr. download.
Yeah.
Staying mostly focused on racing, but it is okay if like you occasionally deviate into something else, but keep it mainly focused.
Now, I do have an idea. Now, this would be funny as crap, but I figured a way that you know how like they have callers call in.
Yeah.
Well, since we're on YouTube, or how they used to have it, but since we're on YouTube, why not someone just post a video of something and we just play it on here at one point, like just like a post race stream, because we could start those at like 8 o'clock. You know, if we want to do it. Now this is what I'm going to leave up to. This is what I'm going to leave up to the rest of the hosts, not just me. But I just had that idea. But anyways, on to topic. Bristol.
Well,
Top, you talk a minute. I'm going to think of something to say about Bristol.
Well, it has been pushed to tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time due to continuous rain, which, in my opinion, after looking at the radar, I'm actually surprised that the track isn't underwater. It was that bad. So, I'm sorry, I'm multitasking a little bit.
That's fine. Would you like me to go ahead and give the intro to Bristol?
Give me just a second here. But then, yeah, you can go ahead.
Bristol Motor Speedway. Placed in the mountains of Bristol, Tennessee, it's the world's last great Coliseum. No Coliseum is like it. The Roman Coliseum and Bristol Motor Speedway have so much in common. The titans that fight in the arena The fans screaming and shouting at the fights taking place. The battles. Who comes out victorious? Only one. And you have to survive 500 grueling laps of Bristol. It's Bristol, baby. Done. I came up with
nailed that one.
Yeah.
But I will admit that that whole last great Coliseum type of thing, kind of stupid.
No, it ain't. A Coliseum is an arena that has, at the top of the arena, it kind of curves in, you know?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sort of making like, have you ever watched like American Ninja Warrior, that ramp that they run up?
Yeah.
Curves back. Yeah, that's how an arena is supposed to look, and that is how Bristol Motor Speedway looks. So, Bristol,
Yeah, that's true.
It's a Coliseum.
It is a Coliseum. But is it the last great one? Yes, Dale, I see.
Well, what other great Coliseum do we have? And don't bring up stupid football things. They're not Coliseums.
No, they're not. But we got the original Coliseum in freaking Rome.
Where titans clashed, men fought, sweat, blood, and tears, or blood, sweat, and tears went into everything, and only one came out victorious. Though most of the time in Rome, the only one that came out was the only one still left alive. So,
true.
Yeah. Ugh. Hello, Typical Chris. What, Dale? Okay, never mind. Anyways, so
it's on delay, so I just said hi. Anyways,
Bristol is one of the most unique tracks in NASCAR, I would say, because unlike most short tracks, it's like literally a bowl, quite literally.
Mm-hmm. That is really awesome.
It's so cool looking, yet the thing about it is it puts so much strain on a driver with the G-forces pushing down on your neck only. 4 Gs on your neck.
Yeah, that's the thing with that much banking.
So I think this is what like makes it more of like the Colosseum kind of thing, like in Rome. Because if you think about it, in Rome, you were under so much pain because you were getting living crap beat out of you. Well, in this, you're under so much pain because of the heat, the neck problems, the G-forces. Pretty much anything's working against you.
Yeah, and it's I mean, it's really awesome, but yeah, I could see how it gets grueling, especially if I could do it 500 times. And
Well,
Mr. Sketch Cup Series, it's been a while since I've seen you. It's good to see you, man.
Oh God, oh Lord, I didn't know that. And Nab, Top was going to do a race after this, so
And CCS in 10 minutes. Well, 12 minutes properly.
13 on my end if we ended at 9. Now, Who knows? Knowing us, we'll probably go over 5 minutes. They're never going to be a set time, knowing us. We can go over or under 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it as close as possible.
Yeah, we're gonna try. And speaking of 5, we have 5 viewers, so ironic. But yeah, well, if you think about it though, it's not at 500 times you're experiencing those G-forces. Literally, if you account the turns that you go into, that's 1,000.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're experiencing that 1,000 times.
So, in the run of a race, you're experiencing. If you were to pile, okay, think of this: it's 4 Gs, 1,000 times in the 4G section. That's 4,000 Gs in the run of like what 3.5, 4 hours.
That's why you got it. That's why NASCAR drivers are indeed athletes, because they need to be fit enough to take that kind of punishment, and yet not just die from it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But so on top of that, Bristol's all-time winner, funny, is Darrell Waltrip.
Oh.
But if you actually, now this is what I think is funny. When I first heard this, and because I had this game a long time, NASCAR the game Inside Line for the Wii and like any other thing, but for the Wii because that's what I had. If you went to Bristol, anytime Darrell Waltrip Mike Joy would be like, "Who's your pick today?" Well, I'm picking. This is what Darrell Waltrip would say. I'm picking Kyle Busch because he seems to have like he'd say something about like same driving style. So I left it in his hands, and yet Kyle Busch isn't. He doesn't have the most wins in Sprint Cup for an active driver. That, my friend, would go to his brother,
Kurt,
with 5. And if Jeff Gordon was still racing, him and Kurt would be tied. Just saying. Shh.
Goodness, my computer's running slowly. That might be why.
Wait, Bonnie, you didn't get your money back. I don't know.
You went to Bristol.
They should like hold
If you went there,
like
if you went there today, and considering the fact that absolutely nothing happened on track, nothing at all.
They hold up. They honor your ticket to where you can get back in.
Yeah, that should be the case. So
Look, this is it. It doesn't matter if they don't do any racing or if they don't even complete half the race. Like they just do a few laps. The next day, if you decide to go back, your ticket is honored.
that's the only problem. I don't know if he's gonna be able to go back.
Cancel your flight.
I think he drove down there.
Well, if he did, just cancel your drive back. But
I want to go on a road trip.
So Bristol has had some interesting races there in the past. I think the most fun aspect of Bristol is the bump and run. Oh my God.
That is used so commonly there. I remember specifically Jeff Gordon using it on Rusty Wallace
Twice.
a few years back.
No, he did it twice. He did it back in the 90s, and then he did it back in 2002.
That's 2002. Yeah, that's the one that I remember.
Yeah, he did one earlier in his career, and it was back when like Rusty drove like the blue and white Miller Lite car,
Yep.
And Jeff had the Rainbow Warrior, and it was funny as crap watching that because I'm like, wait, he did that in 2002 as well. Rusty just got screwed. He must have been sitting in his mirror in 2002 like, you're not getting around me. And they're like, I think that's why they got so excited up in the booth. The bump and run! Because it was like, he did that earlier in the year. The bump and run! Jeff Gordon!
And he was on a very long winless streak.
Yeah, he coming off the championship and then winning at Bristol in August.
And now we got no people watching.
Yeah, well, that's usual. Well, we're just gonna keep this rolling a little bit. Now we have one person. See, should have kept it rolling.
Yay. So
yeah, Bristol is commonly known for the bump and run. But what else is it commonly known for?
not having anywhere to go when a wreck happens. Which we saw quite a bit of in the Xfinity race.
But fights.
Jeff Gordon, Matt Kenseth.
Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth. My God, Matt Kenseth just gets into everything, doesn't he?
Yeah. Tony.
Oh my God.
Tony throwing the helmet. Oh my gosh, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin. Hamlin throwing the freaking Hans device at Harvick.
Harvick and Biffle in a Xfinity, well, in a Busch series race at the time.
Was that? I don't know. I might be mistaken on this, but wasn't that the one where it's like their wives got into a yelling match?
No, that was Kurt Busch and Greg Biffle at Texas in 06.
Oh, okay. I don't know why.
Yeah, that was that. It's okay. It was in that era, but no, remember that's the one where Kevin Harvick slid on the car, grabbed Greg Biffle, and was like,
"Oh my god, that's right."
"Oh my god,
That's right. And all you saw was just him like holding his collar, like right up to his face.
yeah, it was so freaking cool." And then, if we remember back, the only time I think someone like this is the ultimate payback. I don't know who did it first, Earnhardt or Terry Labonte, but whoever spun who first to win, the other got payback real quick. Oh god.
Well, I
like
definitely remember Darrell Earnhardt completely blatantly spinning out. I think it was Terry Labonte. I think
it was because Terry
and then he was standing in victory lane, and oh my god, he got so badly booed, which is amazing because it's Dale Earnhardt, but still, I mean, everyone was booing him.
but then Terry got payback, literally. I think that's the one where he drove his car in victory lane and like the whole front end was messed up.
Oh, actually, I think it may have been a different one because I remember there was a time where Darrell Earnhardt did wreck Terry Labonte coming to the line, but Labonte still won the race.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay.
And that too was at Bristol, but yeah, his car was destroyed, but he still won the race.
So, in conclusion on like the classic part of Bristol, there's a lot of stupid stuff that happens there.
Yeah, that's what makes it awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think about it, if it ever gets like sold out, like a Bristol race gets sold out, and a fight breaks out, oh my god, like a huge fight, like Texas 2014, like something like that. Oh my god, the mountains will be echoing. I mean, people 100 miles, they'll probably be like, "You hear that?" Be like, "Oh, the old man on the front porch, Susan, you hear that? It's on the TV, Gerald." Oh, well, I can hear it out here. Oh, someone got punched.
A fight like that happens, and then a riot starts in the dang stands. I guarantee you that would happen.
I'll be like completely honest on this one. The funny thing is, like, if you look at Bristol, this is what I'm being completely honest about. They picked the perfect spot to put Bristol Motor Speedway. Bristol is a bowl itself, sitting in a bowl.
Mm-hmm.
There's mountains all around it, and that's what's fun. Because hold up, could you imagine that whole that whole area right there filling up, and then Bristol just sitting there in the middle of it? Just like, fill it up, please.
Like exactly what it is. There's a drag strip in about the same area, which is also in Bristol Bowl, which, oh my gosh, makes for such cool sounds.
Mm-hmm. I think that's why I was saying, like, the fans echoing in the stadium, if something like that broke out and the whole place is sold out, everyone's there, you know,
right?
And then the mountains reverberate it. Well, you're going to have...
It'd be freaking insane.
Be like, ooh, what's that? Oh, God, the bed was vibrating. Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Just imagine that one, but, yeah, that's I'd love to see that. I'd love it. I'd love it if there was
just say it can't happen. Say it can't happen.
I'm taking Harvick's side. I like fights.
I wouldn't say that I don't like them in particular because it's a fight, but at the same time, it's like it adds quite a bit of excitement.
Dude, what would be even funnier?
A lot of excitement.
Hold up, like someone like bloodshed at Bristol, then I could really say, "Yep, it was a bloodbath." Roman Coliseum. Now, that would be awesome. Also, 2016, NASCAR almost had a 24-hour race.
They did?
It was the 23 and a half hours at Bristol. Because literally, the
Yep.
time of the race
I remember that.
to the end time
Because
it was a 30-minute.
I watched this. I watched the start from here in Pennsylvania, and then I wound up watching the end of the race down in Delaware, which is where I went on vacation the next day.
That's what was fun about that race. They ought to like do that. They ought to wait. Could we actually? We need to like talk to NASCAR head people, and let's do a 24-hour race at Bristol.
No, here's what we need to do. We need to have standing starts on the road courses.
Yeah, what?
Standing starts on the road courses.
Oh Lord.
Could you imagine?
Death is upon us all.
That'd be so awesome.
Oh God. I like how two people now come back and it's like, oh guys, is the podcast over? Well, yes it is. Thanks for asking.
It is. It is 9 o'clock. I gotta get this race started.
I
I
know,
got 3 watching.
why is it y'all leave when all the interesting stuff we're talking about and then you come back? See, that's the fun of this. Like, they know when it's fixing to end. They just want to hear the stupidest ending possible.
James, aim to answer your question. It's going to be in like 30 seconds. Well, I'm going to end this call. I'm going to get my ceiling fan on and everything. Let me post it, and then I'll start the stream. So be sure.
But let me do the outro. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this podcast, Top, you can say leave a like if you want. I don't like saying that stuff. It makes me feel bad. It's like please like.
It's your call. I don't care.
I don't like saying leave. I don't like people subbing me or saying leave a. I don't like saying
leave a like and be sure to subscribe. Whenever I hear people do that at the end, I just go, really?
That tells me your content is kind of terrible. But anyways, well, some people don't. But anyways,
do subscribe to Mantrion 24
and TopDragster, Velocity 88X, MNANproductions. Even though those two weren't in this, their picks are in the description. Though MNAN didn't make a pick, we didn't get in contact with him, so I'm just going with Denny Hamlin, which Denny's good. Denny's good at Bristol. So, anyways, thank you all so much. I am your host, Mantrion 24, along with co-host
TopDragster.
And this has been podcast number 17, the Bristol Bash pre-race. Don't know when a post-race will be. Probably Tuesday. No, not Tuesday. Top does race. Sorry. We'll find out when the post-race will be. Probably,
it'll be on the 30th of the month.
Oh God. Well, if we squeeze it in tomorrow, hey, if there's a fight, we will squeeze this in tomorrow.
I think we should squeeze it in tomorrow anyway.
We should, but if there's a fight, we'll start at 8 o'clock. All right, enough rambling.
All right.
Enough rambling.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much for watching. Go watch Top's race. I'm fixing to go watch it. I'm going to be on this channel, though. Peace.